And welcome everyone to another review of Chibi No Podcast. And
Review episode.
Today we're actually going to be reviewing the Black Arc or the Trunks Arc.
Future Trunks, Black
Dragon
Arc,
Ball
whatever
Super.
you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a long time coming because
Future
it's
timeline.
been right now since we're recording right now. It's been about 2 weeks since the Trunks arc ended.
Yeah, we're a little late on this. We
Yeah,
kinda missed
just
the
a
last
lot
few
of
episodes.
things happened.
personal life,
Just
right?
yeah, life, you know how it goes.
Yeah, but let's do some introductions here. This is David the Smash Fan.
Monster Tech Guy.
Mr. Worldwide.
So let's get into this. This arc, well, it's probably been the most polarizing arc in all of Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is just a lot of stuff was thrown into us, a lot of good stuff, a lot of please explain stuff, and some bad stuff that just came in here. And so like it both obviously was the most hyped arc at to date for Dragon Ball Super.
I feel like it was like the only real arc we've really had. We've had these little like 12, 13 baby arcs, but this thing was, how long was this thing?
This was a 21 episodes.
Yeah, I mean it was a longer. This one actually felt like an arc, but and then again the pacing felt like a modern arc. It wasn't like the Dragon Ball Z arc where it's like 60 to 80 episodes.
Well, the thing is, this was a real arc, and it was like there's real disasters coming afoot. You know, it's not like, oh, Goku and Vegeta just come in and save the day and it's done kind of thing. Like they can play around. This is where like Goku and Vegeta can't even touch this guy. You know, they have to train or they're getting whooped.
Right, so
every
there's
single time.
there's a lot of different things that were very different from the typical Dragon Ball Z style that we're very used to.
Yeah.
And it actually was really it was refreshing that they did something very new.
Are you talking about like the modern pacing, or it's kind of
The modern pacing, because if we really looked at this arc and we were to put it in Dragon Ball Z terms, like it would have lasted maybe 70 episodes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of back and forth going on in the Trunks arc where they went to the future. Then they came back and they went to the future. I think it was 3 times total they came.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least we have a 7-episode Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, we didn't have a 7-episode Spirit Bomb. So there's like all these. So it was very like I thought it was very well paced overall.
I only felt the ending was rushed.
Yeah.
Then
Which we can get to, but I felt that was the one thing that was the pacing to me was ruined. Was I felt it got, for example, the ending was rushed, but the beginning and the setup was not rushed. So it's kind of, that's where it felt out of pace to me. Like,
Right.
like
When you think about
see,
it and everything, yeah.
Yeah, because you see Trunks and the tragedy go through, and then Bulma dying like in the second episode, and then he goes to the past and lets him know what's happening. The next episode of that, Black's finally showing up. I mean, it was kind of a long 4 to 5 episodes before we got to the premise,
Right.
where the ending was just like
It's done.
done. So that's the only weird thing.
So let's talk about like the good things that happened in this arc, and obviously the flaws, because
there's some controversy.
yeah,
in
there's a
this.
lot of controversy stuff in here in Dragon Ball Super, and it was bound to happen because even before that, when we talked about Trunks going in the time machine in Dragon Ball Z, there were all these other theories like, well, why did this happen but not this happen? So there are all these paradoxes that people were talking about way before in Dragon Ball Z that doesn't make sense. Like, how can Cell go back to the same alternate universe? Why isn't it a different one that he creates? And there are all these other theories and questions that Dragon
Just
Ball Z
add more
happened.
questions.
So, and obviously with Trunks,
When it comes to time travel, though, I mean, you're gonna have that.
right. So let's talk about a lot of the good things that they did. One of the greatest things I think that they did in this arc is they gave every single character, well, every main character. So
Besides
talking Goku, Vegeta, and
What?
Trunks.
Goku's still the same.
I said overall they gave them a lot of fighting time. So
I
whereas
thought you meant character. Were you saying that
character
too, Diego?
development,
Yeah.
character
I thought he was
development,
talking
yeah.
about development. I'm
No,
like, holy
character
crap.
development was Vegeta and Trunks
Yeah.
the most.
More Vegeta, I think.
More Vegeta. We'll go into the development.
We'll
Vegeta,
get to that.
Trunks had more PTSD recovery.
Right.
In a
Well,
sense.
we'll
But yeah,
talk.
keep
We'll
going.
talk
keep-
about
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
but it was cool because Goku wasn't the strongest. Vegeta was the strongest, then wasn't. The Trunks actually, with what we're assuming was off the camera training with Vegeta, had this.
Well, the manga
power.
shows a little bit of that.
Manga shows a little bit.
A little bit.
So you can
go
take
into
from
why there's
pieces
problems
of
with that as
that.
well. But we see them fight. We see Goku, standing toe to toe against Zamasu and Goku Black, and then we see Vegeta able to take them both on after that 6 months or however long he was in training at the Hyperbolic Time Jibber.
I think we had, what, a 3-year timeline between this arc?
Something like that.
Something. Well, I guess I'm including the hyperbolic time chamber. Not really like 3 years and like, like little Trunks didn't grow 3 more years. Like there was like the 2-year, 3-year training in the hyperbolic time chamber or something like that with Vegeta and Goku. I mean,
Yeah, they did before.
We had some training, some time periods went on through some of the progression of the characters.
Right, and I think like this whole arc took like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks total.
In their
Like
time.
in times,
time.
yeah. Like it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
There's something like
And
that.
they kind of said like I think the fight was black and the future was like it was like a day, like a whole
Right.
day.
But it didn't
for
feel
us,
like
it was
that.
like 3 episodes, but realistically it was like
Yeah,
a day.
no, it makes sense.
So I don't know. I mean, I see what you mean. I did like how they gave a lot of the characters different times. Like Trunks had his moment to shine, Goku had his moment to shine, Vegeta had multiple great times to shine, and then the villains had great times to shine.
The villains.
And then not even just that, we even had bigger than that. We had a lot of the gods having their like Whis or Beerus had
Right.
their moments to shine, and it actually expanded the universe to shine. I mean, a lot of it was great character development in the story and the lore.
Right. So I mean, we saw a ton of this. I think one of the greatest things that we ever saw that now is like a shoe, and even with this latest kind of the let's call it slice of life part where it's at in Dragon Ball Super with this Orally episode that just recently came out, you see the actual destructive power that Beerus actually has. Especially one of the greatest moments in this arc had to have been when they go and they confirm that Zamasu is gonna kill Gowasu, and they do it. They revert back time and they stop him, and Zamasu is about to attack Goku and Beerus. One of the best, I think, almost the
One of
top
the best
top
moments.
3 scenes, top 3 moments in this arc. He grabs Zamasu's arm and he bends it back, and he just says like, "You're done." He's like, and he said, "Destroy," and he just disintegrates him, disappears.
On the
Disintegrate.
molecular level.
It wasn't like he blew him up. He like literally it's like an erase of the beam.
He erased him from
He
You
killed
feel
existence.
it, and it was,
racism.
and you could tell Zamasu was feeling it.
And
Like,
I like that it's not so big like Dragon Ball Z used to. Like he's not just blowing him up. Like the fact that he just disintegrates every molecule of his being is ridiculous. Like he's not just killing he's not killing him then he comes back with a halo. I mean he's disintegrating him from existence.
Right, and then
Like
this
that
is
is amazing. Like spirit and everything.
yeah, this is further confirmed with the whole Orale Dragon Ball Super episode, because you see I know it's supposed to be kind of gaggy, but Beerus comes out and he destroys the ghost of Mashiroto, and Whis says like, he's like, human or ghost, like he can destroy anything.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, this.
I feel that's where I feel the whole bullcrap about Beerus saying 70%. I think that was just for the movie at the time. I think Beerus is a lot stronger than we really know. I really think that Beerus can tackle Goku no problem.
well,
But
the thing is, like,
regardless,
like
that's not really the part of the.
well, like what you were stating before, just going into this for just a small smidgen, is we don't know what 70 to 80 big of a jump is, you know. But
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's all speculation. I mean, 1%
Anyways.
for Beerus could be ginormous. So
Right.
I don't know.
Another huge great thing about this arc had to have been obviously the villains.
Yeah,
There was so much character development in the villains themselves, and I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I like the build up to Black.
Black,
To
I
what
think,
his mystery was.
who Black was and what connections he had with Goku and everybody was just amazing. And the only thing I felt like that kind of tarnished it was Zamasu, the immortal one.
I want to ask you guys about that. We had a lot of theories going in on reviewing episode by episode. I remember one of mine was I assumed it was still Goku's body.
Right.
But I didn't know if it could really be Zamasu or somebody else. I mean, do you guys remember what our theories was? Like how we got there or anything?
We theoried that. We theoried that
It could have been an
a
apprentice
possession
or,
or
something,
apprentice
or demigod.
or demigod, or that. I mean, there are tons of different,
theories on
theories that we
right?
had on that, and the fact that it was Zamasu. I mean,
That was an interesting.
it was an
twist.
interesting one. Like, it wasn't one that I would have. Again, I actually don't think of anything that would have been more interesting or more like, oh wow, I never saw that coming. Like the whole thing that it was Goten that people had. I was like,
That was
that's
dumb. We called that way early.
Yeah,
The thing with Zamasu, though, I mean, it was fine that it was Zamasu. It's just, it was that whole thing of like they had to introduce Zamasu, otherwise there would be no shock.
Right.
Which I think we also talked a little bit about. Like,
Yeah.
it could be Zamasu
The-
anyway, from a different timeline taken over by. Like, we also assumed it's possible. And it's because, well, why show Zamasu then?
We also
Like, there has to be a
assumed- yeah.
surprise, and we have to have a character development for its surprise, which we did.
Right.
But, I mean, as for Zamasu, what do you guys think?
I think Zamasu, he as a villain is probably right up there because this guy. First of all, let's talk about the original one. This is Black. Black is the original Zamasu who had this idea of the Zero Humans plan, and he himself. I don't know when he. I know he got Zamasu, the other from another timeline, and got him. And even that Zamasu didn't even kill the Gowasu. It was Black. Black killed both Gowasus and said, "Join me. I'm you. I'm." And so you saw this. You saw how these two work together, but how they're very different, and they wanted the same things, but they prioritized things a little bit different.
I think it's just because of Goku's body, too. Though.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
It might have been, but you saw like Goku Black, who wanted power, who wanted to keep increasing it so that he could be the strongest ever, and the other Zamasu was very content with just being immortal. But like, you can't even kill me, so what point is there to get any
You
stronger?
want to be an immortal god, where
Yeah,
he
so
could
he-
be
you
the
know,
ruler of everything.
You saw
Well,
this.
on top of that,
Of
it's
mortals,
because
I
of Goku's body is what causes Zamasu to get drive to be stronger.
Yeah, I rewatched
That's
it.
nothing.
Too.
I don't think he would have ever struggled to be stronger. I think he knew that the way to defeat people was Goku's body, but I don't think the drive to be stronger was him alone. It was because he was inhabiting Goku's body.
I rewatched some of the fights recently, like the beginning of Black, where like they're Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus
Which I
Black.
loved. That was sick.
Yeah, I love that. I was actually watching a really cool YouTube video of that where the guy edited it, made it more
Oh,
like
no,
the 90s.
yeah, I
Did you
just
see
saw
that?
that
That
too,
was
yeah.
so sick. But anyway, it reminded me that I forgot, like, he took the hits from Goku to get stronger. Like, he was aware of his body. Being a Saiyan, he's like, I love the Saiyan body. It's like, thanks for inflicting this damage. You're only making me stronger. And then Goku's like, you're kind of a weird psychopath, you know? But anyway, it was cool because it was like, you get that scariness of this is actually Goku's body with the evilness. Like, it was really cool premise. And when you really think about it, like, we actually had like a real evil Goku in a way. No, it wasn't Goku, but yeah, the power of Goku's body plus the power of like a god, which was,
Right.
it was kind of an awesome premise.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
And-
I like
enjoyed
that.
And again, the Goku Black and Zamasu achieved things that
No other villain's
villain
done.
They killed the gods. They took over the universes, and this was basically their last stop, kind of.
Yeah.
They got all the Gods of Destructions, all the Supreme Kais. They were on their verge of getting all the Zero Mortal plan completed. I mean, to be honest, no other villain's done this, not even Boo.
Right? Yeah.
And Boo doesn't even touch Black.
No.
Yeah.
As for power, I mean, whether interesting characters, etc.
Well,
I'm not saying
and
it's my
even
favorite
Destruction-
villain. We're just talking
Even
pretty much.
destruction, Kid Boo's destruction
Yeah.
doesn't even touch Black's
No.
destruction.
I'm not saying this is the best villain. I'm just saying this is the most devastating. Like
He was successful.
Yeah.
he was
It-
successful in what
even-
all other
even
villains
he
have tried to do.
technically
Even
was
at the end,
successful.
in
Yeah.
the end, he was successful.
He won.
He won. That
won.
that
Actually,
was,
yeah. Let's say that this is the first villain that actually beat the Z Fighters.
yeah. And this is
win.
the one
Goku won because what? The button? No, they lost.
they lost.
That timeline is gone.
Zenos had to get rid of it. There was nothing to save. So,
yeah, Trunks'
so
future
he lost
is ended.
anyways. Yeah, he lost 100%. They lost. There was nothing they could do to fix it.
And
Yep.
that was a bold move I think they did where
I agree.
And I think a lot of-
Toriyama was pretty brave on that.
Yeah, and
he actually made the heroes lose.
and a
We
lot of
lost this
people
time.
and that's where a lot of people also had like they're kind of like, I don't know if I like it or if I do like it. I honestly thought it was a brave move, and I honestly did like.
I liked it.
I liked how they made it that they didn't win. Granted, some other stuff that happened in that episode were kind of, I think it was pushed way too fast.
Yes.
But overall, the thing that they lost was good.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing I like too is these are gods. You know, they're facing mortals, and Goku and Vegeta have a lot of room to improve, and I felt this proved it. And I
Right.
kind of liked that they lost because they need to understand they got more they need to go. They got more they need to do to get stronger. And they can't keep relying on the gods, obviously, which Beerus and Whis said many times they can't, and they lost. But I like that they lost because these are gods. Like, these guys can't just be going up into this and full throttle beating these gods right away. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and
That's what I liked about
It makes sense. Like, you know, I think we had this underestimated approach of how the gods were because we saw how Supreme Kai was there, and he was nothing compared to. He was astonished how strong they were. And it wasn't until Beerus came when they came with the movie Battle of Gods that we saw that these gods actually doing business, that these Z-Fighters cannot beat them on their own, that there's this maintenance of power, like that the gods need to be there to, you know, create and destroy all this stuff. and to keep balance in the universe, and that Goku and Vegeta can't really do whatever the heck they want. They have to be basically be kept in check.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we also saw what happens to a god if their ambitions aren't though like in the same views as the other gods are, or of Zeno-sama. See how destructive they can be, and it was awesome. And we got tons of lore. Finding out that he's an angel. That if Beerus
Which
dies,
I love. That's another thing I love about this
that
arc.
if Beerus dies, that he basically is on standby. He's like a sentinel. He can't do anything
Until
the
there's
next.
a new destruction.
No.
They are just meant to keep order. And he also said, we will not give him fights. As an angel, I will not give him fights for you. I can help teach you how to fight. That's it. It's not my problem. I'm not here to destroy Beerus, even though he's stronger than Beerus. Obviously, Beerus is nothing to Whis.
Yeah.
But
and
it's not the point. That's why it listens to Beerus, because Beerus is the order. Whis just make sure that how do I explain this?
Everything's in check.
Yeah, everything's in check. So Beerus, even though he's weaker, that's not the point. As a deity, he holds a higher stance.
Right.
And I love the lore, and not even that. My most favorite thing out of this whole arc, to be honest, was Zeno-sama.
Yeah.
I loved his character. You got to see, he's not evil, he's not good. He's just a perfect balance for the universe.
Yeah.
He's not bad, he's not good. And like you saw the signs where he's like, talk that way again, I'll disintegrate you. But then at times like, hey, Goku, you're my best friend. It's like, it was awesome.
Like he
even realized like, oh, this
Right.
guy's a bad guy. I need to get rid of him.
The thing is cool is that he has personality.
It's like, you're annoying.
Yeah, he has personality, but he also
He's sinister, too.
Yeah, when he makes decisions, he doesn't base anything off his emotions. He's like you said, like, did you do this? Like, no, it's that dude. It's like, well, I'm gonna destroy it. So
It's like, he's annoying. I'll just destroy
He's
him.
like, I'm just gonna destroy this. We're done with this timeline.
And Goku's
And
like,
he didn't care-
let's get the hell out of here
He
now.
didn't care about Goku. He didn't care about Vegeta. It's like, you're sorry, but this has to be done. Unfortunately, you're a casualty. So bye bye. So. So
And then he comes back, grabs him, and takes him back to Zeno.
He's just floating in nothing.
Another good thing, and this is probably a good thing for Trunks is Mai, because Trunks throughout his entire life and
Has
throughout
lost
this arc,
everything.
he has lost. Yeah, Diego said he has lost everything.
Even those little kids that he was trying to protect.
Yeah,
Yajirobe, everybody.
they're dead.
We're just talking about the things we liked for right now, right? We're going to get to the things we didn't
Oh
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
did you
Okay.
see the turtle
So-
at Kami's house?
Yeah.
On top of the house? That sucked. That was
Oh, yeah, Turtle died.
And then and then even the first episode, we thought that Mai died too, which was interesting because
You called bullshit.
because like 2-3 weeks ago, the voice actress for Mai was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in every episode of Trunks arc. I'm like, yeah. Then I see her get shot. Oh, you lied to me.
But we all thought she was dead. You're the one that called the bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, she can't.
You're like,
be
this
dead.
is not real.
It's not. No, I was like, that's so sad. For
And
Trunks
we're both
to
like,
know.
yeah, well.
And she was a huge anchor for Trunks.
I liked her
Yes.
development.
She kept his stability, I guess, in the sense. Like if he were to lose it, she was there to be like, you gotta be calm.
And she had so much faith in Trunks. You're like, you're gonna be the one that save us. We're gonna wait for you. I'll keep everyone in there until that, but you're gonna come save us. And she put so much faith in Trunks, and kind of pushed him to keep training and to keep not losing hope. Because
They're going to have some sexy babies.
yeah, he's gonna have sexy time. And that was kind of the one saving grace for Trunks was, although he lost everything, his mother, his friends, and everything, Mai was the one that was saved, and she's gonna be his partner for the rest of their life.
Yes.
Like it was cool. Like I love how
Hopefully Trunks can perform.
He can. That's Super Saiyan.
No, I think Mai can, so we'll be all right.
Yeah, so Mai's good, and they kind of set up for Mai and Trunks, little Trunks, kind of maybe having something, which they kind of did in the movies.
You
And
know what I'd like to see, like a side of like a different Dragon Ball series, but like slice of life, like Trunks and Goten growing
We
up.
might get some
and, like,
fun
high school.
manga chibi
I would
styles
just like
again.
to see something of that, like Attack
had that with Gohan.
on Titan, but like the Attack on High School.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see what
junior
you're
high.
saying.
Yeah,
That'd be
but
kind of
like,
fun.
But like Dragon Ball era, like
Because I feel that their fillers are some of the funnest I've ever seen in anime history.
right.
I just wish they would do something like that. That'd be tight, just to see, for those guys on that side. But Goku
Like,
Vegeta
yeah,
side,
the super slice of life to me is as good as the slice of life episodes of. I know you guys don't really watch the show, but it is kind of it's rated really high for slice of life as One Piece. Their fillers are fun as heck and hilarious, and this super reminds me of like those really high quality fun fillers. Better than Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion.
And then one of the biggest things that I liked, or obviously that everyone loved, was the return of Vegito.
Oh yeah. For his
We'll get to the negatives on that, but let's just talk about the positives.
But the positives,
he was back.
He was amazing, and the thing was, you know, we saw this different side of Vegeta, where Vegeta was actually very. He wasn't
messing around as much. He was like to the point, like let's get this done.
Well,
I have an hour time limit. I gotta go.
The thing was, it felt like he was stronger, but like he didn't know how much power he had to keep pushing. He kept pushing more strength.
He kept getting stronger and stronger.
Because like he'd be like, oh, I can like you got to try harder than this to fight me, and then Zamasu kept pushing farther, and so then Vegeta kept pushing strength more and more, and like it was just like.
Because he was stronger than Zamasu at the time for the moment.
Well, the thing is, I felt that Vegito, if he didn't have a time limit or any of that crap,
that bull crap they pulled.
I think he could have bitten Zamasu because
he was stronger than Zamasu. He was.
Vegito kept growing in strength, and we just don't know how strong Zamasu could have gotten because when Vegito hit a certain limit, the fusion went wrong.
Well, right when because we finally got to see beyond video games, we got to see the final Kamehameha.
Yeah,
which was freaking amazing. We actually got to really see that in the anime. That was legit, and it looked great. Yeah, the animation on Vegeta was fantastic, and I liked how right when he turned, he had the dark hair. He didn't just go and do the play around like he did with Boo. He fused, and he rose up, and he's like, "All right, boom, blue, and let's go." Like he was not messing around.
Is he says the same thing though from when he first fused. He's like, "All right."
Yeah, that was. I can't wait to hear that in English. That was so cool. I was screaming like a little girl and clapping.
The best thing, just the animation wise, they stepped it up like 500 notches. Like that was like movie quality, I think, for that.
Yeah, some of those. It's like they drew like the scenes we were beginning with like the punch, block, punch, but then all of a sudden then how it's like they did the normal punch block, but instead the animation was like, okay, we drew all the punch block, now let's just speed it 1.25 times and just boom, 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 boom. And you're just like, whoa!
It looks like they drew it by hand and then they did CG like traced over it.
But it seemed like they animated every punch. It wasn't like a still image punch. Yes. It was like it was full on. You see every motion of the hand movements, and it was sped up, and you're just like. Damn! Like this was just it was Dragon Ball Z fight quality.
And again, and that was like when I saw that I was just oh my god, I couldn't stop. I was like that was the best thing ever.
So
it was only like 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes of him watching just destroy Zamasu was like this character.
I could do your sword too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna top how great this moment was. I got something even better.
Okay.
The best thing about this arc, you're gonna agree with me, is the connection between Vegeta and Trunks and the growth. And that to me, this was the biggest.
The caringness, like it was amazing. I think the thing that made it great was future Trunks saw how Vegeta had changed so much, and it's weird because like Trunks is like surprised, like oh, like you know, like my dad's caring for me. Like my dad wants me to be stronger. He's not like, oh, you're here, whatever. Let's keep.
It's not how it was in Cell.
Yeah,
it's very different. Very different. Yeah.
180 and.
There was that part when they came to the future and they were underground with all the humans and Vegeta's really caring about all the people. You gotta help your people, and then Goku's just like, yeah. He's changed. He's pretty cool now. And it's just like, yeah, what the heck?
Like Vegeta. Like,
he's just like, yeah, he's a bit different now, isn't he?
I think they liked it.
He's like our Vegeta's grown up a bit.
Well, they liked it how they saw, you know, they recognized Trunks and they gave him this honor.
Vegeta is proud. He's like,
Vegeta's proud. Like that's my son. Like my son's this.
Because he's kind of a prick in a way now too. In a way,
he was looked upon. He's like a major or general or something. Like that.
Which Vegeta is gonna understand. I mean, Vegeta's like the ruler and leader of his people in a way, being the prince, and then you got Trunks being looked down. And he's like, hell yeah, that's my freaking damn son. And he's carrying on the people like I have to carry in the Saiyans. Like I think it was an awesome scene, and I think Vegeta loved that.
The other great scene was when Trunks is leaving. And then Vegeta comes and he just like blasts off and he punches and Trunks
one hand just blocks it, didn't even flinch. Which, if you know by their characters, I mean, yeah, sure, he wasn't full power, but to see Trunks block a punch from Vegeta with one hand, Trunks is hella grown, and you could tell that Vegeta. It was almost that weird bond that just when he smiled, the thing it's like all the viewers know is it's like you're accepted now.
Well, not just accepted. The way that Trunks was able to take the punch and he smiled, Vegeta's like, you can take care of yourself now. I don't need to worry.
Yeah. He's like, yep, I've taught you everything I can now.
It's like you just grow.
He's like,
yourself.
what I'm saying is like he approves of his son now.
Like you can hold your own. Like you can't.
When he just stopped a punch from Vegeta, I mean, I know they're just basic forms, but I mean that's kind of a big deal. Like regular Trunks when he first showed up would not have been able to blunt just a basic hit from
Oh, you
Vegeta
know
like
what's
that.
cool it was, well, going back to see how much Vegeta's cared is, when Trunks first landed and Vegeta was like, Goku, go get a Senzu Bean for Trunks. You know, he was really worried.
Just like, but he wasn't like that.
Yeah, he was super scared for Trunks, and then, you know, just all that situation that happened.
And then also when they first landed, he's like, I want you to sit back, let us take care of this right now. Let us wage out his power.
He's-
And then Vegeta's like, I'll take care of this problem for you. Like,
Yeah.
he was very like father when he first arrived. He's like, Goku, you stay black. I get a chance to kick somebody's butt. Looks like Goku, for one. And secondly, then Trunks, I got this. I'll take care of this for you.
Like, you watch out for Maya and everyone else.
Yeah,
I'll take care
that's
of it.
exactly what he
I'll
said. You
over
watch my, I'll watch you.
He
Let me
played
get
the
him.
father figure. Oh my gosh,
And I think we
the father Galagun.
I was gonna bring that up.
The Galagun was amazing.
That to me, and some people hate me for saying that, I like that more than the Gohan Goku scene. Just because there's more character development with Trunks and Vegeta. I think that's why I liked it more.
There's a
Gohan has character development, Goku not really. So to me, this was a better father and son moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's like, let's do it, Trunks, and shoots, and then again Vegeta gets in front of a blast from
He takes a freaking blast for Trunks.
It reminded me
This
of the
would
Cell
never
scene.
have ever have happened.
You gotta see that full emotion versus Cell, but like through the whole arc.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I think, to me, when I saw that part when he saw that Trunks was gonna hit with that blast and Vegeta went for it, to me, if I was Vegeta, in my mind, what would have gone through my head seeing that blast is the same as Trunks getting shot by Cell. Like, no, I'm not gonna let this happen again. And that's why Vegeta took it, because he can survive it, whereas Trunks maybe couldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, if I was Vegeta, that would be coming through my head. Like, I don't want to lose Trunks like how I lost him that time. Like, and then Vegeta took the hit, which I freaking love him for that. I was like, holy crap, because that's what went through my mind when I saw Vegeta freaking out and that he saw that beam going to Trunks. He's like, no, I can't let Trunks get hit by that. And he took it, you know.
I think one last thing I just wanted to add to this favorite thing was that it was a gross thing going back is when Vegeta had to take that breath when Goku Black in Rose was just too strong.
Right.
He took that breath to remember what we taught him to relax, and then he started just kicking ass all of a sudden. Although then he got stabbed regardless, but I'm saying like it goes to show too that they can improve. Like the Super Saiyan Blue power that we're seeing is nothing. Like we've not seen the full potential of this transformation.
Yeah, well, because like they said, you have to have complete control of your ki and calmness of your mind. And I think Vegeta was more enraged and cocky because he's like, I'm not gonna let this guy who looks like Goku take my son and whip his ass. Like, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
And then when Vegeta was like, I can't touch him. He's like, I can't. What am I doing? Like, this is not. I'm losing power. What am I losing power?
I gotta relax.
Relax. And then it was he couldn't do anything.
It just showed more development on the transformation.
I think Black was noticing that, so he took the stab.
The blue transformation, I think, has been a great addition to it because with
we
Super
don't know its
Saiyan-
limit.
Yeah, but with Super Saiyan, we've talked about how you're supposed to be pure heart, but it's the rage that gets you. You know, when they're fighting, so like go on, get more angry, then you get more power. Where in this one with Super and Blue, it's like that's not how this power works. Like this God power, you can't get more powerful when you're enraged. Like you can, but you have to also be calm. And we saw that when Goku got enraged from hearing how Zamasu killed his family, but he still tried to keep his composure, not go like berserk.
It's the complete opposite of Super Saiyan, which it makes sense, and that's what I like about it.
And then, the one last thing I want to talk about, which is a heartbreaking moment to watch for me. Again, it was at the very end. What was it, Gohan? Because Gohan.
I actually had watery eyes.
Gohan, like he's going up there and he's like very tired. He's like Trunks, and he's like, be well, and you see Trunks has this vision of Gohan, his mentor. And he's like, and I wanted to crack.
I choked. My throat did the.
Like, I'm sorry, like I couldn't protect the world. Like I'm sorry, like I couldn't do it. And then, Gohan's like, the future Gohan's like,
Present Gohan.
Present was like,
take care, you're good.
Be good. And Mai's like, they're coming to me like it's gonna be okay. Like you did
She's
good.
his anchor. Like he probably would have lost it there.
Yeah, that scene was awesome because he's like, you could tell he's racing over and he's tired. Like it was just kind of cool. We don't know if he's training, but I think he's just in a hurry getting over there to see him by.
People saying he's training because of how he is, and also 2, he was with Piccolo, and 3, because of his hairstyle.
But he's always with Piccolo, and he could have been training. It's possible,
Piccolo's
but
always with him because Piccolo loves Pan as much as Gohan.
Probably more.
So I mean, yeah. So those are probably the greatest parts of this arc.
What about Trunks' transformation?
Trunks' transformation was cool. I thought it was really cool, and it was cool.
I think
how
he's like a half demigod because I think he's
Demigod?
Demigod.
Well, I think one of the, okay, just let me just get into it. I think he's getting able to control his ki because you need calmness and control your ki in order to become blue. I think he only had the control of ki because he didn't have the calmness because he was rage fueled. But I think he was able to control his ki in the sense.
I think because he learned how to sense God Ki, but then also he had the raid, so it kind of
he could turn into it. But it was kind
a
of
cool transformation.
But it was interpreted that it was more stronger than Vegeta and Goku at times. It's just really there's no description on it.
Well, we're talking.
I think that's where it's going to get to some. Let the bitch fit commence.
Yeah. So let's
see what the manga does and tells us. That's what I'm excited.
We're gonna know it's gonna be very different than what.
Well, I think Trunks' his transformation is gonna be there.
Right. Okay.
I just want to know what they're gonna call it.
What we not like?
How about stuff that we did not like, or stuff that was just even questions that were never ever answered? That
which are a lot.
Which are a lot. So first and foremost, the fundamental part of this, the problem with this arc again was the timelines. The timelines just didn't. I swear they put it out of their butt sometimes, because like the whole reason of like. There's like this different timeline where Zamasu never really met Goku, but just kind of learned of Goku.
And the manga he saw him on God too.
Yeah, and then he wished for immortality, killed Gowasu, and then took Goku's body, and he's like, "What the heck happened?" Like that was kind of weird. Like that was like, come on, you can do better than that. That was like, and then I'll go again. The whole different, just paradoxes in the time, and just at the very end, it didn't make any sense. We talked about how each ring, the green rings are a different timeline that was made, and then the silver one is for the present timeline. And then at the end, like one of them was destroyed, but another one was made new. But then there were 6 or 5 more time.
See, to me, that actually all made sense.
I don't think it made any sense. I think there's a lot of holes in it.
It just depends on like what theory of time travel there.
Trunks goes to go to his other time where it's like 6 months back before Black.
But it also depends on what time theory you're thinking of. There's tons of different
kind
ones,
of mixing both. They're mixing like the butterfly effect of mixing in.
Yeah, they were doing the butterfly effect a bit.
Doing the butterfly effect, but it only affects different universes, not your own.
Yeah, because they didn't talk about like the endless timelines. It's almost like they had a set number of timelines. There's not, you know what I mean? That's where it's
kind of. Or it was the beginning of an infinite.
No, that's what I mean. They didn't say there's like unlimited amount of timelines going on. They just said that there's like 6 or 7 now. So it's just.
Well, the thing is, it was going to be an infinite loop, but Beerus stopped the infinite loop before it could begin. You know, it was like, okay, we're gonna start on our second one, but Beerus stopped.
This is the thing, like again,
That's
even like
thing.
the thing that Lord Beerus didn't even know about these timelines, because remember the whole controversy in one of the episodes was he destroyed Zamasu, and he's like.
That should
Once it's done. I erased him from past, present, future, whatever. He's gone.
Yeah, like he erased his being in the universe, but that's not what happened.
But that's not what happened. So it's like, I don't.
All I did was create another timeline where he didn't kill him.
Yeah, and I was like, and then that even made less sense. I was like, come on, like you. I don't know. It got more and more convoluted the time and how they view timelines and paradoxes and alternate universes, whatever it may be. So that kind of got convoluted. But that's not even like the biggest problem.
I hated the power level issues.
Power level issues were.
They just threw that out to the garbage. I mean, when Trunks is fighting Goku Black, just regular Super Saiyan, and he's fighting on par with Vegeta and Goku at Super Saiyan Blue, and it's just like, dude, like those. I mean, I know it might not be a big deal to some people, but those inconsistencies are just ridiculous compared to what we've grew up with Dragon Ball Z. Like Trunks should be a peon, and I'm just saying, like it drove me freaking bonkers with the power levels, and like all of a sudden Black is taking hits from Super Saiyan Vegeta in Blue mode, and he's just normal. Goku's Black's normal body. He's not even Super Saiyan yet, and he's just fighting him one-on-one and beating up Vegeta, and then he decides to transform because like you weren't already taking care of him anyway, and then all of a sudden now Vegeta's all of a sudden stronger and taking care of Rose. It was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just all over the freaking place with the power levels, where it's just, I don't understand inconsistencies, but it's just like, why even make him transform if you're not even going to give a crap about it?
I think the biggest one had to be with Trunks, because Trunks, like you said, I think they made Trunks this like prodigy. This prodigy, like this.
Agreed.
Like this biggest prodigy that no one has ever seen, because, and again, like some of the stuff is plausible.
Put the knife down.
Some of the stuff is plausible. but it's just not. It's not explained very well in the anime. Like we can understand that Trunks was training with Vegeta. We can even maybe even assume that he himself by himself went to the hyperbolic time chamber, or that even Vegeta taught him about God Ki and how to obtain it. We can assume those things, but that's the problem. Is we're just assuming, and that's making excuses for the writing that they did, and the fact that they had this weird God Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan key that Trunks somehow got was it was cool, but it didn't make sense how he obtained it.
And then there was the whole arc we had. I don't even know if we're ever going to get the answer unless the manga does it. We don't know what the F happened.
Yeah.
What transformation was that? How powerful was it? Well, we'll never know unless the manga tells us because...
Super Saiyan transformation? Because that's what everyone kept saying on the internet.
It didn't make any flippin'
Super Saiyan God
sense.
transformation.
And then on top of that, again, for some reason, Trunks is a prodigy because he learned the Mafuba by watching a video.
Where it took Goku, like 3 or 4 days to learn from Master?
No,
he
like
learned
6
12
hours.
Or
okay.
6 hours.
But even then, like, Trunks, in one video, and in one take, got Zamasu into the pot.
And the whole big deal about it, and then they forget the talisman? Like, screw this. It's bad writing. I'm sorry. It's dumb. It is bad writing.
I honestly thought it would have been...
That's not even bad. What's worse than that, David? Tell me. What's worse? The pulling out of his ass what? What did he pull out of his ass?
The spirit bomb?
The spirit bomb!
The biggest
And not even... Let's add to that biggest. 20 freaking humans have the power to destroy a god Zamasu when it took the whole planet Earth to kill Boo.
Planet Earth.
Let's talk...
You think the whole...
No, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
They even had energy from, like, what? The other Kai planets?
I don't know.
Good God!
If remember, the Genki Dama can take from anything, basically, to lend them their power. Can be water, it can be humans. Granted, the how powerful it was is beyond me. How he even said Trunks didn't make the spirit bomb. It was basically, from what I understood,
He made an energy sword with the spirit bomb.
He made the energy sword, which people had problems with. I didn't have a problem with.
I'm okay with it. I've grown to be okay with it because I understand it more.
People were like, how can you do that? I was like, well, if we go back to the first episode of the Trunks arc, when he's fighting Black, you see that Trunks shoots ki blasts through his sword.
That's true.
So I was like, him making the actual
sword
it's not a big problem because he's like, okay, he can probably just put his key in there, that's fine. But it was the fact that it was like basically the world itself and the people themselves somehow consciously made the spirit bomb
out of 20 people, by the way. Even though Goku and Vegeta gave their energy, I get you can use that as an argument. They were weak as shit.
Well, this also
they were done.
Trunks put his energy into it too.
Well, I know, but there's people there, but I think they also confirmed that there are people elsewhere that are not in there. But
I don't think there's much. It's probably, let's say, the most like 100 people.
They even said that city was the last of mankind. A city is not a globe.
They also talked about how. But this is the part where I think they borrowed from the movies at one point, because you see Trunks go up and he basically absorbs the Genki Dama, which we've seen in Android 13 movie where Goku.
Yeah.
And so I think they kind of borrowed it from there, and then the whole spirit bomb was condensed into this blade, which I think made it stronger.
Well, not stronger. It's just when let's say you get a copper blade and you try to cut through ice. How easy is that going to be? Not that easy. If you heat up a copper blade, how easy is that going to be to cut through ice?
It's not heating. Basically,
I'm just saying, damn it.
But basically, the energy was condensed,
and it was sharper. It was more deadly. It was deadly,
and which made it a pure form. Which again, we know that the Genki Dama is supposed to go and destroy anything that's evil. It won't really do much damage to any good person unless they're freakishly strong, like Boo was. And Boo was able to hold it back. Yeah. And even then, even he struggled. But the point is that he used this, and so it made sense that it could kill him. But the fact of how they got the sword and how this whole spirit bomb came about made no sense. And I was like, come on, that was dumb. And then we have the whole retcon of Vegito that happened. There's
Vegeta, you mean Vegito?
Vegito.
Holy crap! Do I want to rant? Go ahead. Go ahead. Start us off with this bull crap.
I have two things here. One that I've always had a problem with Dragon Ball Z. And this goes back to Boo. When they were sucked in and they defused there, they're saying, oh, maybe it's Boo's atmosphere or something that changed them. Like,
I had no idea. So
I thought that was stupid. When I first started Dragon Ball Z, I thought
You
that
mean
was
when
stupid.
like he got absorbed? That's what made him separate.
That's what made it separate. It made no sense.
It didn't make sense because when you think about it, it's kind of like, well, you said it's permanent, so why would they
Kinda
not be?
bullshit
They
is
say permanent, so
Yeah.
how can an atmosphere change it? Because that's basically what they say. It's like maybe it's Boo's atmosphere. It does like that doesn't make sense that could separate a fusion.
But didn't
again,
was it the fans that theorized? Or well, I thought that okay, hold on, let me back up. When they came, I can't remember, it's been so long, but when they came out of Boo and rescued everyone, I remember the Elder Kai saying, hey, look at that, they're not fused anymore. Did he say why? Because he didn't say the hour wore off. That was some bullshit.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
That 1 hour crap is stupid. And on top of that, Vegeta has too much power, so we wore off the thing in an hour in like 5 minutes because that final Kamehameha just blew out all the energy. Like, this is bullshit. You're creating a whole new being.
It was crap.
Sorry to rant. It's
The
just
red-
everybody, all fans feel this way
What's
right
funny
now.
is then that means Vegeta could never get to his limit ever. Like
No.
if he gets too strong,
Right.
he'll just defuse. Like
Yep.
he can't ever be that
Vegeta can't exist with that much power. That's stupid.
Like
unless he becomes.
I've really
unless he
tried.
becomes a Kai.
I've really tried to defend this by myself. Like,
I'm
thinking to myself,
over
like,
it.
How can maybe this like it wouldn't like again some of the stuff kind of makes sense. Like these are Potari
The 1 hour
for gods.
thing. The 1 hour thing, I think helps a little bit for the Boo part. I'm okay with, but the overpower thing, like being
Over the
strong,
rings. Come
that
on.
was stupid.
They're
Again,
These are god items.
Right.
Why should they deplete? It is the power of the gods.
Again,
For God's sake.
that-
Like,
again,
come
The
on.
whole reason is because they're mortals and not gods. That's why it's very different. That was
Yeah.
their
That was there to get away from it.
And again,
Yep.
we've seen
Agreed.
where if you use too much energy, it can drain time, like we saw with Goku and his time to be on Earth. The fact that he went Super Saiyan 3 shortened his time tremendously from being on the Earth. Again, I'm not trying to defend and saying like that. It was good. It's like no, it was still bad.
I hate the change.
It's still bad. I can see like okay, maybe it's plausible that this stuff could
The
have
hour
happened.
one, I'm okay with because
I'm okay with the hour.
It helped figure out the whole Majin Buu thing.
But
That
I'm
was it.
not okay with him running out of power.
Deflating very
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I'm not okay with that. That is stupid. It made fusion pointless at this point.
Right. I mean,
Their
like
trump card made it
at this
pointless.
point,
Yeah.
like if they were to do the other fusion dance, it would be more stable because they still would have that half an hour.
Yeah, because
Because
unless they do
if I
like
understand,
GT,
if I understand
GT's the only one.
Gotenks when he went Super Saiyan 3, he still had his full half hour, didn't he?
No, his time was shortened.
Was it shortened as well?
I don't remember.
Yes, in the rework of Kai, he's like, oh look, since he's in Super Saiyan 3 mode, when Buu absorbed him.
Oh, he said, let's make this quick. Using this technique uses too much power. I don't have enough
So,
time.
like,
He did say
I
that.
see, like,
I hate that!
It's always been there. They're saying too much power speeds up time. But again, like,
These guys are powerful as shit. They can blow up a planet with their blinking. I mean, come on.
right, like it makes sense, but it doesn't because these are god tools. They're supposed to be.
The power of the
In a
gods.
sense.
They're the gift of the gods. I mean, it shouldn't just be worn off from 5 minutes from a mortal. I mean, come on. It should be able to handle a mortal. No matter, even if they got God Key, it should be able to handle the power of a mortal. I mean, come on.
Right. That's probably
Yeah, a mortal shouldn't be able to reach that level. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Or even if it's not even power level, like they're mortal. Like it shouldn't have a restriction. I mean, even if they have God Key, they're still mortal at the end of the day. They're using the power of gods.
Yep,
I just
then-
that's my
it's
argument.
dumb.
And then like one of the other, I guess this is a very minor. Well, now I feel like it's a minor detail, whereas before it was a huge one. Was a change in the color of Trunks' hair. It went from purple-
I was gonna go there, but I knew somebody would do it.
But it's like you kind of sound like
It was
like
stupid.
Like it was dumb. Like there was no reason to do it. No reason. Like I again, we theorized that the reason that they did it was to basically differentiate Kid Trunks.
Well, it
and
wasn't
Big Trunks.
needed. You had a tiny little crib midget, and then you had a grown one. I mean, come on.
Right. Like it just didn't make sense. Like
It worked fine originally, so why change it now?
Because you only saw like a little strip of purple hair on Baby Trunks.
I know, it's so stupid. Like, we knew. Like, you have this little kid in a freaking hoodie, and then you have Future Trunks as a badass sword. Like, it was pointless.
I don't know. And then to kind of say that didn't exist is when they did flashbacks. It would be in
oh,
sepia tone.
that bugged the crap out of
Sepia
me.
tone.
when they did the backflash, they did it either black and white, so you can't really tell his hair color.
Oh, that was
They-
such a cop-out.
Or when they actually did show the color, you saw his hair and they turned it Blue, I was like, oh my god. Oh, no, you stupid people. Toei, no.
Watch,
Akira Toriyama, why did you approve
watch
that?
they change it in
The dub?
no, they changed it in the
Blu-ray release.
Trunks. I was like, it's purple now.
But see, they did the purple in this new, like, they made it draw like Dragon Ball Z, and it was kind of weird to see him in blue. I mean purple. At that point, I was like,
You're already used
I'm
to
so
it.
used to his design of how it is now and how it's blue that when they changed it to purple, I was like, that's weird. I don't know if I like it now. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I personally hated the fused look of Zamasu when his body went all weird and was split in half, and he looked like some stupid ass boss from a Final Fantasy game. It just didn't look to me like a Dragon Ball villain.
I thought it was hilarious that his timing got bigger too.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
but
what the freak?
I just didn't like that because of all the characters of Dragon Ball. Like it pretty much. Okay, remember when Cell is about to blow up and he's super big in his imperfect second form, and he's about to blow up and he gets all like squiggly and he's about to blow up. To me, that's exactly what it looked like for a villain as Zamasu merged. The whole thing, it didn't look like a Boo, it didn't look like a Cell or a Frieza. The only time that he looked like a true villain was when he is perfectly fused.
Yeah.
Not when he started transforming into a weird glob. And I really hated the end villain. It just seemed like a really stupid design. As me and you that draw it, it didn't fit Akira Toriyama's style for a villain to me. Am I making any sense?
Like I don't know if those were his art designs.
I don't either.
Because what I understand from Toriyama and from the people is that he comes with manuscripts, not pictures.
Exactly.
Unless
He does help with some designs.
If he
does.
has an idea for what this guy's going to look like, he
will.
wants to
Right.
draw. He'll
He
draw
will,
it. He'll
right.
show you. This is what's going to be.
Right. So again, I don't know what details that Toriyama
Sure.
said. Let's make him gooey.
But I mean, just how he looked normally, I thought looked great.
Right.
Like when he first had like that angel like ring thing behind him or whatever, that weird
light. I think it was
yeah, like that was awesome. But then when he had when he did the transforming, I didn't like it.
Purple
But
ooze.
the purple ooze. It was just
half Ivan ooze.
I don't know. What did you guys think?
No, it didn't bother me too much. I was more thinking like, how the heck did they do like. They kind of explained it like it's because half of him is immortal, half of him is.
Well, no. It's because Goaz that Goku Black was like he doesn't know if he wants to be like this. Like he doesn't want to have a zero mortal. Or like he said he was having second thoughts. That's what Gowasu was saying.
I don't think that's what it was.
That's what Gowasu was saying. That's what I read.
Okay. But anyway, I mean, I can't think of anything other big ones that I had.
I mean, for the majority, we're harping on the things that most fans harp on. But for the most part, I actually really enjoyed the arc, and I think it was the best arc we had.
Right.
Personally, I mean, second to that would probably be the Champa arc.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, I liked
What do you
it.
rank this in the series of Dragon Ball?
Like of the universe of Dragon Ball
Dragon
entirety.
Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball
and
Super.
sorry.
This is hard.
This is my
I don't know.
top.
Let's. I just want to
Top
before
three.
you guys say your answer. I want to put it this way.
Top five.
Could you guys rewatch this multiple times, like you could watch Cell, Boo, and Frieza over and over the years?
If it was in English, I could.
You think you could?
If it was in English, I
I don't know if I could.
English, I could. I just need to watch in English. I just like the English voice actors more. The Japanese ones did amazing work. I won't lie. I can't deny them that.
I will.
They did
I
amazing
will
work.
praise. I will praise. What's her name? Masako. I can't remember her.
Oh, Goku.
Yeah, who plays Goku? Her Goku Black was amazing.
Great.
It
Was
was so
great,
scary
like-
and like dark and
Yeah,
decrepit.
and this is coming from someone that I really do not like Goku's voice in Japanese. Like I honestly like. I know it's iconic. I understand it's iconic, but I honestly just don't like it. I prefer Sean Schemmel. Like
Yeah.
I love his voice. Even Mario Castañeda, who does.
Have you heard on Xenoverse 2 Goku Black's voice English?
I know you've told me you've ranted about it that you don't like it.
I think he kind of rushed the voice in a sense because he's kind of like he sounds like a Super Saiyan. So I was talking with this guy. I think it sounds like a meaner Super Saiyan 3. He says it sounds like a Super Saiyan 4 that's darker. I think he still has time to find Goku Black's voice.
I think he'll find a way to
because I
tune
feel
it.
like he should just be like a calm Goku voice, but just very you're pitiful. You're just a lower class being kind of thing.
kind of take a page out of Frieza's the way Frieza talks.
Like Team Force stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt when the Japanese version of Goku Black was there. He sounded like Frieza. He sounded like he had the Frieza mentality.
Yeah,
he had a Frieza thing to it, and then like, and then Sean Shammel's Goku Black was like, "Oh, I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy." Not like, "Oh, well, you're a pitiful worm. Like, what do you want? Get out of here." You know, whatever.
Well, that's all good. Overall, I think I can't really. The thing is, I can't really put this between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super because they're so different.
Yeah, I guess. I was just curious, but
No,
I guess
you're
if you're thinking of Super, then like what
Super's
Miles
number
was
one.
saying,
This is the number one arc so
and then
far.
Champa. But yeah.
I'm actually gonna go with.
Oh, you've
Frieza.
been liking Frieza, yeah. You.
The reason because granted, like there's a lot of problems with the Frieza arc, but I loved how they made him so ruthless.
Yeah,
Again,
like
the way that he was
ruthless.
toying with Gohan, the way that he was like infuriated. Like I can't wait for your dad to come and see you dead.
I hate how you're like your father. You want to spare him?
Yeah.
No, and he's like,
like
shooting.
it was. I'm starting to like it more and more, but
I guess.
that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm gonna give this arc an 8.5.
Yeah,
I think it was really good. I
you.
think the problem I would have made it higher, but
The
there's just
cop-outs
so
and
many
retcons,
cop-outs
yeah.
and retcons that they could have been. It could have been better, but 8.5.
8.5 is a solid one. I think that's how. To me, I think maybe 8.7 for me, just in the sense of Vegeta's growth and his bonding with Trunks.
Right.
Kind of gives it the extra 2 points.
Uh-huh.
That's what I feel like. I think the rating for me, 8.7, just because the Vegeta and
Yeah,
Trunks.
so we're giving a rating. So for overall, I gave mine an 8.5. I wish I could have put it higher, but I can't get
The
past
retcons and all
those
that other
retcons
crap.
and those bad things. And Dale gave it 8.7.
I'm gonna rank it in two different ways.
Okay.
If I'm ranking it as super, I'd give it an 8.5. If I'm ranking it in the Dragon Ball universe of sagas, give it a 6.
Oh,
6.
why do you say that?
Because of the retcons pissed me the hell off. Secondly, the pacing was bad.
The pacing was weird because it was slow, like you said in the beginning. Slow in the beginning,
and then
fast at the end.
I liked the beginning of it, and then it just rushed the hell out of me. I was like 3-minute episode of Vegito, and then all of a sudden Zeno comes and destroys the universe all in the same episode. You're like, what the crap?
If it was more paced out, even
yes,
it would have been a lot better.
When I compare it to Dragon Ball Z, I don't need a big 70 episode, but you know, if you're gonna build a Vegito after 20 effing years of waiting, don't give it 3.5 minutes and then pull a retcon out of your ass.
Right.
So I guess to me is I like the arc, I like the villains, I like the growth of the characters. As Super, if you compare it to the other arcs we've had in Super, the only thing that comes close is to me the Champa arc. But this was an amazing arc for Super, and I think it destroyed everything that GT has ever done.
Oh yeah,
the only thing that comes close to me in GT would be like the Baby Saga a little bit, like the end Baby Saga, not the beginning bullcrap, like the Black Star Saga, whatever.
Oh,
thing.
it's already beaten.
So,
it's already beaten in how many episodes?
Right.
Too,
so
crazy.
to me, as Dragon Ball, I would give it a 6 in the universe lore, but as just a Super arc, I give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
And I'm more excited to see like how is this going to long term. Am I going to want to go back and watch this arc? And, you know, this might sound kind of weird, but I've rewatched the whole arc of the Champa arc, and I could not wait to see that multiple times through my lifetime. I don't know what it was, but the World Tournament was amazing. This arc, it would have so many inconsistencies with power levels and weird little things that I'm going to have to watch in dub before I can really properly judge it. But as for Japanese, it's the best arc I think we've had in Super, but to me, I would rate it a little bit higher than the Saiyan Saga and Dragon Ball Z. I don't think it compares to Frieza and Cell.
Yeah,
and
I guess
Boo.
so.
That's just my opinion.
I think there's more.
But 8.5, totally.
Yeah, I think there's more time to do stuff with theirs, and I think they're trying to keep their arcs not as big to coincide with how writing is done nowadays.
It's so fast.
Nowadays, everybody
modern
wants it
anime is a
now.
lot different.
Everyone wants it done. You get 12 episode series or 24 episode series, and that's it. They want to cram everything.
We could bitch. It could be like Naruto links, where it's like horrible fillers where they just talk no jutsu the whole thing. So we could have had that.
Well, they kind of did. Remember when Trunks got? I don't know, what was it? One part of Trunks where Goku spends like 10 minutes trying to get the senzu beans.
But see, you got to really think about it. It wasn't like where's Naruto, where it's like non-freaking stop. You know what I mean? It wasn't super bad.
It's not 4 episodes of Goku getting the senzu beans. It's 10 minutes, whereas the 10 minutes could have been like, okay, there's Trunks fights Goku, and then they figure out what's going on, and then they get to a conclusion. Black's there. Whereas
Yeah.
that's just my thing. That's just my
No, that's a good point. Sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone by the review, but I'm just trying to be honest.
thing. No, yeah.
8.5 for Super, yeah. 6 as a whole.
Okay.
That's just me.
I want to watch it in English. That's all I'm excited for.
Let us know
really
what you guys think. We know that Super Dub is coming really, really soon.
Yay!
I'm pretty sure. And again,
January.
Check out clips if you haven't. They're
I'm gonna
amazing.
say end of January.
If Funimation
Yeah.
is smart, they're gonna put that on Toonami as fast as possible because it doesn't need just exposure on the internet, but it needs exposure to TV as well.
Yes.
Well, I want to know, does it need to be weekly on Toonami, or do you think they could put on like Funimation Now and just get out a lot of like a whole arc of an English dub?
I think with Funimation,
saying.
they're gonna do the Funimation Now. Like you're gonna get
I
12,
think
5 episodes.
Like more an arc.
I think it's gonna be like how they did it with
Crunchyroll.
with when they first started coming out with videos. We were ahead of Toonami by like a few seasons, and then Toonami had new episodes every day for like a month or two, but they were always ahead. Then they'd stop for a minute, and then the videos would go ahead of what was on Toonami. So I think that they'll put the box out that will have episodes ahead of Toonami, but like they're kind of like.
Nowadays though, it's not gonna be like 3 or 4 episodes on a DVD. It'd be a arc on a Blu-ray.
I think
you know what I mean.
I think they might put
like
the
a
whole-
13 episode Blu-ray.
I think what they're gonna do though is wait it out just a bit because they want to wait
I
for
agree.
the fixed animation.
Because they could catch up quickly.
Yeah,
they
I'm
really
thinking- I'm
could.
thinking they're just wait for the fixed animation because I mean if Funimation would have released Super when Super came out and we would have had the shitty Goku drawing, that probably would have turned off a lot of viewers in America.
Well, now they're not.
Agreed.
They're gonna use the fixed.
I know,
Oh, they will.
I know they're gonna use the fix, but I'm saying it's good that they're waiting because where are they right now in the Blu-rays in Japan? Like they just started the Trunks arc, right?
They're gonna. The Trunks are gonna be out in January.
The first part, like the first
part
4
of January.
episodes.
Okay.
No, not the first 4 episodes. I think it's the first. I think the entire series is gonna be out in January. I think.
I don't think so. Anyways, whatever. But yeah,
Because the Chomp arc's already out. I think. No.
Champa arc is
The
ending.
Chomp arc has finished, and they already released the Blu-rays for it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Tell us what things you liked about the Black Arc, or what things you didn't like. Leave a comment below. And Diego, where can they find us?
at Chibino Podcast on Facebook.com, at Chibino Podcast at Twitter, it's capital C, capital N, capital P, Chibi Podcast on YouTube, and yeah,
Chibino Podcast and Instagram.
at Instagram.
So
That we don't
signing
use.
off for the final time for the Trunks arc. I can't wait for the new arc to come. This is David the Smash Fan,
Miles, your tight guy.
Mr. Worldwide.
and this is Chibino Podcast.
Whoop.